Okay. So you're tired of being the strong one. Let's handle that. Your self-love needs some attention. There's a song that's coming to me from church, but I'm going to alter it. Get some water to fit you, okay? I love me. I love me. I love me more today because I care for me in such a special way. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And I'll love me in every way. That's why my heart is filled with thanks. You need to love you more, okay? Seriously. So what are you starting to love about your mind? Where you're not allowing yourself the expansion because you're trying to please so many doggone people. That's the truth. Huh? What I'm getting about you today is your confidence comes from being able to take on the weight of everybody else around you. But doggone it, how's your back feeling? That's what I want to ask you. How's your hips? Huh? How is that? How? What came to me is, what word rhymes with Wuchi? How's your Wuchi? Huh? Huh? You are literally getting banged out. And it is jacking you up. Okay? And because your mind is so strong, you're like, I can handle it. I can take it. But in the meantime, you are raw and bruised, honey. You need to handle that. You need to handle it with some honesty and some truth. That's a little bit too much for you to take. Okay? And however this message is floating and flowing, that's exactly the way it's supposed to be for you right now. Okay? Are you meant for that much bang? Are the bangs loving? Are the bangs considering you? And I know you like your thrills. And I know you like your movements. And I know you like flowing. But it's hurting you. You are getting up and you're literally walking with a limp. And you can't even use your parts right for days. Something is backwards. Something's wrong here. Okay? Just because you can take it doesn't mean you should. And maybe you're exploring with too many things that are taking you out of alignment. Okay? Dang, I didn't know that was going to come out like that. But this is obviously the truth that you needed to hear. You're pretending like you like the rough life. And a little bit of a little here and there, you know what I'm saying? You could flip it, you could switch it, you could do what you need to do. But is it taking you into an unhealthy place. That's what you need to figure out, right? I'm not saying don't be adventurous with life. I'm not saying don't be flexible. What I am saying is know when it hurts, and you need to be honest about that. For real. You need to be honest about that. You need to be honest about you feeling like you are not designed for a poop hole. Okay? You know your life is meant for queendom, queenship, to partner with the kingship. And that king would know how to manage your love appropriately. You should not be getting up hurting. And the same thing should be true for everything else that you do. If you are helping somebody, it should not be hurting you. If it's gotta hurt you and put you all out of whack to help somebody else, let me tell you something. You are out of alignment. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? So you really need to start practicing some self-love, meaning where you're at right now, your self-love is most likely going to start with some self-restraint. You probably need to go on a fast from, dang, God be telling me to just, I mean, it's just in my nature, I guess, but go on a fast from opening your legs, okay? Until you are stable with what is the most pleasing and healthy way for you to create a new experiences, when you know your boundaries and you know how to communicate your truth appropriately. Because if you're in a place where you cannot be honest with how you can participate in whatever creative experiences, okay? Like the divine is a vast range of frequencies, and God likes to have fun, okay? God likes to strategize. God likes to invent. God likes to do a lot of things, okay? So I'm not telling you to have a boring life. What I am telling you is to have a life where your light is still on. I'm telling you, you deserve to have a light where you don't have to lose yourself to make somebody else happy. And one of the first steps that you can take toward really being honest about what creative experiences light you up and make you feel like you are valued. Like, don't you want to be valued? Don't you want to be respected? Don't you like that? Don't you like that feeling? And if you say no, are you telling the truth or are you straight up lying? Because if you're just straight up lying to yourself, nothing I say on this podcast, no words that come out of my mouth are going to help you. You might have to get it right in another lifetime if you just gonna straight up lie to yourself like that when there's nothing, even like there are no stakes. Who doesn't like the feeling of being respected? I'm not saying that you have to be on a pedestal or that you have to be in the frequency of a star, but it is a good feeling to be respected. And that's what I'm talking about. Whatever situation you decide to indulge your being, your essence, your energy, your time, your love, your feelings, your movement, your emotions, your art, your words, your music, your creativity, whatever experience you decide to indulge those things in, think about what's the best version of that that makes you feel respected. And then you have to start with yourself first. Okay? So like even when you're alone and you are exploring your own new experiences, are you respecting yourself? Or are you indulging in activities that are disrespect to the divinity of who you are, to the expansion of who you are, to the vastness and wholeness and frequency stretch of who you are, even alone? Because if so, that's what's going wrong. Okay? That's the problem. You need to start by yourself first. Start being more gentle with yourself. And then when you start being more gentle with yourself and having a higher demand for how you respect yourself, how you treat yourself in new experiences, the grace you give yourself, the softness you give yourself, the time you give yourself, when you're more honest about that and you actually start to do it, then it becomes a new standard. Because if you do it for yourself, why would you accept less from anybody else? Just saying. Okay. So here are 3 journal activities that can help you explore your truth so you can face it and then handle it. Okay, because that's what we're here for. So 1, where am I exhausted from being strong? Where are you feeling the most banged out? Okay. 2, what support do I secretly want? Okay, so what will soften up those raw feelings? What will make you feel soothed and warm and full and protected and honored and respected? Okay. And then 3, what's one way that you can soften into that today? This is how you start handling it. Okay. So we're going to be honest with what you're feeling, but we're not going to leave it there because you got to do something about it. Nobody wants a complaining wife. Okay. Nobody wants a complaining girlfriend. Nobody wants a complaining partner. Like, it's okay to say how you feel, but you need to be ready to take action to do something about it. Because if not, don't really want to be a part of that. Nobody wants it. That's the truth. Okay? So be honest and then be ready to take actions to get yourself out of there. Like my sister says, get yourself out of there. Okay? All right. Until next time, remember, we don't run and hide from the truth. We handle it sovereignly. Queen Mama Moon here. Peace.